Uniting minds, graceful exchange, embracing diversity, graceful exchange, honoring God, graceful exchange, where wisdom meets harmony in every conversation.
It is our Wednesday night live podcast of the Graceful Exchange. All right, we're going to have a great show tonight for you. Why don't you welcome our co-host, Asia Sade?
Hey, y'all.
We have Dr. Baker.
Hey.
Tony.
Hey, what up?
We have Pastor Mo.
Hey.
Mama Mo. All right. And we've got Pastor Reed.
Good evening.
All right.
Here we go.
Here
we go.
Oh my God.
Here we go.
Here we go. It's
Okay.
it is about to be a time.
Oh, yes, it is.
Mighty Lamb. All right. And so we are ecstatic about joining you wherever you are. Do me a favor and like and share. Like and share. As we often say, sharing is free. So sharing is caring. Can you do us a favor and share? Let's share tonight. Share. Take this moment and hit the share button. Like it, comment, and share with us your view. All right. So we are in for time tonight, but let's pause for station identification. Let's go ahead and share this podcast. All right. Y'all know y'all enjoy the Graceful Exchange. Do me a favor, like our Facebook page. Please go out there, follow us on our Facebook page, and also go to our YouTube page and subscribe. Can y'all help us build that audience? All right. We get great feedback regarding the Graceful Exchange, and we're just grateful for your continued support. Tonight in season 1. Woohoo!
Right.
All right. Season 1 has come to an end after this show. We have had 10 episodes. All right. 10 episodes. You all have been hanging out with us. We've had 10 episodes. We've had some pop-ups, and we are grateful. We have a pop-up planned for the month of May as well. So every month we're going to do a pop-up. So we'll come on a Monday night opposed to just Wednesdays. All right. So we'll surprise y'all and pop up. All right. All right. Let's get it going. We got our business sponsor and sponsor spotlight.
All right. Tim Jones Global Mentoring Academy is still seeking candidates. If you are interested, the ministry mentorship, business mentorship, or a combination of the two is still available for you. All programs require a minimum of 1 year commitment. If you're interested or someone you know, have them to email timjonesglobal1@gmail.com for more information. This is appropriate for those who are out of state as well. All of your sessions and accountability will be via Zoom. So get the training you need, get the impartation you need from someone who is successful in both business and ministry.
I know a little bit of something.
Remnant Empowerment Center presents the Couch Experience, and it's our year of transformative healing from within. We have some dynamic, powerful, anointed, awesome worship field church. All right. We have good
Mhm.
time here
Yes,
at the
we
Couch
do.
Experience
Oh, yes.
every Sunday, every Wednesday. So prayer begins at 10:30 a.m. on Sundays, and the experience begins at 10:45 a.m. And on Wednesday nights, prayer begins at 7:15, and the experience is at 7:30 p.m. Come on and get some healing on the couch. All right,
Yeah.
come on, where you can be free to worship. You ain't got to worry about nothing. You got to look over your shoulder. It is a free house, a free atmosphere,
house.
and we have a time. So come on, we want to see you out at the place, 2324 Orchard Street, right here in Blue Island.
All right.
The American Global Christian Chaplain Association, our
Woohoo.
next training session is happening on June the 1st, Saturday, June 1st. All right. So if you or someone you know is interested in becoming a chaplain, a licensed chaplain, you need to go to agcca.org under registration so that you can register to get in this next training. Again, this is happening on June the 1st. This is coming quickly. Y'all want to make sure you get your seat. Don't miss your beat. We get so many people that see the graduation after the fact, and they're like, "Oh, I should have got in that class. Oh man, when you gonna do another one?" Get in while it's happening. Okay, June the 1st. Go to agcca.org under the registration tab. Fill out that form, and you will receive further information. Y'all want to get in this training? Okay, it is imperative more than now that we have qualified chaplains in the earth. Amen.
Amen.
Operation Engage community food giveaway. All right. Our community development organization is having our community food giveaway this Friday, May the 10th, 2024 at 5:00 p.m. This is something that happens on a monthly basis here at Remnant Empowerment Center, a part of Dr. Jones's vision, and it's been happening for the past few years now. And again, we are giving away food, serving the community. So if you are in need, you know someone that is, come on out. If you want to volunteer and help serve the community, come on out. All right. That is this Friday, May the 10th, 2024 at 5:00 p.m. right here at Remnant Empowerment Center. We will be out in front serving the community. All right. If you would like to donate to this cause, you can donate by cash apping $ Operation Engage or Zelle Operation Engage donations at gmail.com. That's Operation Engage donations at gmail.com. All right. See y'all on Friday, May the 10th at 5:00 p.m. Orchard Street Christian Daycare hiring for the toddler teacher and floating teacher's assistant. If you or someone you know is qualified candidate, please have them submit their resume to oscdcemployment@gmail.com. Where the teachers at? Where are the teachers and assistants? Those who are wanting to work. All right, come
Help,
on in.
Lord.
Bring the workers in. All right, send qualified candidates. Even if you have a few years of college, if you know we can sift through those credits. Bring in the qualified candidates. All right. Again, that's oscdcemployment@gmail.com. And last but not least, we are still enrolling for your toddlers, 15 months to 23 months. They can get in where they fit in. Come on, bring your babies over to 2324 Orchard Street. Our hours of operation are 6:30 a.m. to 6:00 p.m. Monday through Friday. You can get more information by emailing Orchard Street Christian Daycare at gmail.com or give us a call, 708-489-5324. That concludes your business spotlight.
All right. All right. All right. All right.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, boy.
Jesus. Help us. Holy
This an insider.
Yes, Lord. Because, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The tribe is here.
I'm trying to tell you the tribe is. Look at here. Look at here.
We bless
Look at here. So this is good right here. This is good. We're gonna have a good time tonight.
Yes, yes, yes.
Good time. Good time. Good time. All right. Let's go.
Go.
All right. We
Social
heading over to the
media.
Social media.
Social media spotlight. All right. So this actually was on Dr. Baker's page. It has 6-9. Just because you are right does not mean I am wrong. You just haven't seen life from my side.
That's good.
Ooh,
My God.
because it's impossible
Holy God.
to say that I don't see a 6.
Yeah.
It's impossible to say you don't see a 9.
Mhm.
It's based upon the position in which you've taken,
Yes.
Mhm.
where you're sitting, where you're standing. My God.
Mhm.
My Lord.
So go ahead. Just because you are right does not mean I am wrong. You just haven't seen life from my side. Have your way.
Wow, that says a lot.
Mm-hmm.
My goodness. So when I saw this, um, when I saw this, I looked at it, and the first thing came to my mind is where you stand
Mm-hmm.
determines what you see.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, you can't say that for me it's not a 9. And I can't say for you it's not a 6, because again, where you stand determines what you see.
Right.
And we see things through our different lenses.
Right.
So we can't say I'm right and you wrong, or you wrong and I'm right. We can't say it like
Right.
that. So we have to take into consideration, what's really going on here.
I agree.
I think the problem is too, we oftentimes want to prove that we're right that we
Mhm.
can't see from the other
Mhm.
perspective.
Mhm.
The mentality is I have to make you see my way and I'm
Mhm.
not open to seeing yours.
Mhm.
So then we consistently battling when ultimately look at us looking at the picture. We can see both,
Mhm.
right?
Correct.
But because they're standing on opposing ends, we're going
Mhm.
against each other and not willing to meet in the middle.
Mhm.
So oftentimes this is what you see all the day long in the
Mhm.
world, because it's a combative society. Everything is about who's right, who's wrong, who's on top, who doing it better. Everything is so competitive. Everything is I gotta win, me, right?
Mhm.
Right.
That we cannot see another, and we don't want to.
Mhm.
I think
That's
that
the
the mindset
think
is
that's
we
what
just
it
want to
is.
be right,
Yeah.
and you better see it this way.
Yeah.
And we try to make people see it our way versus
Absolutely.
trying to understand why they see
Yeah.
it that way. Maybe they didn't choose that position.
Mhm.
Maybe that's just where they ended up.
Mhm.
It was, maybe it wasn't their choice to be on that side.
Right.
Maybe they wanted to see another perspective, but that's just where they happen to end up, like kind of dealing with the hands you was dealt type of thing.
Mhm.
But again, I think we oftentimes just don't want to see anyone else's perspective but our own. But like you said, we change our position a little
Yeah.
bit, just
That's
smidge.
cool.
Even if I moved over a little bit, I could see
Mhm.
partially what you're
Mhm.
saying.
Exactly.
But we don't want to compromise like that these days. Hallelujah.
We don't want to listen to one another.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to take the time to listen to one another. When I saw this picture, I thought about when I go shopping, looking at a size 9. Have you noticed there's a line up under there?
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to take the time to see what that person issue is, or what are they thinking? What is their shoe size? What is actually going on in their mind? We do not want to listen to one another. We want to take our point of view and run with it. We don't want to listen to the person. We just say, oh, I'm right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not right,
Yeah.
because they seeing something totally different.
Mm-hmm.
I think even too, sometimes we look at people, how they handle situations in life situations where you talk and you're like, well, I would have handled it this way. I would have done this. I would have done those things. It's easy to say when you haven't lived my life and you haven't been in my shoes. So how I'm handling a situation may not be how you would have done it. Doesn't mean it's wrong either.
Right.
I'm doing things based on my perception, where, my position too. So I think we got to give each other even grace in how we handle things, because it will be different. We all live different lives.
Mhm.
We all see things differently, but it doesn't mean that because you handle a situation or things differently doesn't mean that I'm doing it wrong.
Right.
It may be right for me based on where I've been, where I've lived, and all of those things. So I agree.
Yeah.
100%. A lot of times, I even think about somebody said, well, if I was in your shoes, I would do this. If I was in your shoes, well, you're not in my shoes. So because you're not in my shoes, you can't judge me based on the decision I make, because that's what I think is good for me at the moment. If you was in my shoes, then you can make the decision.
Right.
But you're not. So what's good for me, I have to take ownership or whatever it is and then do what's good for me. And kind of tune out all of the noise,
Right.
because everybody's going to have an opinion on what you should do. But I got to do what I think is best for me.
Good stuff. Good stuff. My mind goes back to a couple different scenario situations that I've experienced. I remember kind of starting out in ministry as far as pastoring. And an individual would often tell me that the way I was doing certain things was wrong because it was not the way they were doing it. And I had to kindly tell that individual how that's easy for you to say. You didn't start where I started, right? A person who starts ministry, be it hired in pastors, they don't understand the weight of somebody who's actually planting, you know, and that's, you know, one. Then two, if you've always had a good group of people, you've always pastored the 50s and the 100s, you don't quite understand what we go through had to start with 10.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I had to kindly just inform the individual that just because I'm not doing it like you're doing it doesn't mean that it's wrong, you know, because again, our scenarios, what we're dealing with is wrong. Then I had recently, within months, somebody tried to tell me how I was doing certain things was wrong. And I had to tell them, it's hard for you to comment on a thing when all you deal with is professionals and mature folk. Some of our groups, we have a mix. We've got professionals, especially within our ministry. We have professionals, we have educated folk, we have people that still starting out, they're still getting themselves, still finding themselves, right? We have some people who are babes, some people who've been in this a long time. So when you have a variety or diverse group of people, the way that I will handle things will be based upon the group, right? Because that's one of the things that we've learned, how to pastor, how to lead different kinds of people. But if all the people you're dealing with been saved for 40 years, got all kinds of degrees, and been and they think like you, they don't want to do church anyhow, you know what I'm saying? Because they're professionals. They just, hey, I'm good where we are, doing nothing, accomplishing nothing. Your group is different from my group. And had to have that conversation because people will assume, okay, well, if I have to rebuke, you may not have to rebuke because you got more mature people, right? But if I have a group that's new at this, I got to chastise, I got to rebuke, got to put things in order. But you know what I'm saying? So your leadership style is going to be different from mine because, again, you're not dealing with what I'm dealing with. And so, again, in that conversation, I identified something like this, that just because you're not dealing and don't have what I have where I'm at, then it doesn't make how I'm moving wrong.
Right.
You know, I'm moving according to what is needed for the group of people, for the amount of people and all the rest, you know. And it's typically people who would tell you you're wrong who have never accomplished nothing. But that's a whole nother podcast. Because typically that's what it is. It's people who, because this individual has never pastored 100 people. Well, I have. You see what I'm saying? This person has never really had a big, diverse group of people. Well, I have. You know, I've had from the praise team to 20 preachers to, you know, the choir to all of that. They never had a church structure like that. So you can't tell me I'm wrong when it's been your foe and no more. You know, so I think we have to master how to welcome the perspective of people, the view of people, what they see, welcome that, and not always feel like, again, that a person is wrong. Because now I do believe in, because as Asia was talking about how sometimes, you know, not being willing to see and to have people see it your way. Now, I believe, coming from a place of being a salesperson when it came to banking, that I view everything based upon trying to persuade you,
Mhm.
help you see the benefits, the
Mhm.
features,
Mhm.
and all of the rest. So when I have conversation, if I feel that something is right or I feel that something can benefit you, all I have to do is kind of help you shift your
Right.
perspective, because
Yeah.
sometimes your perspective can be limited. Your
Mhm.
view, you can be so stuck in what you've seen,
Mhm.
what you've done, where you've been, and have not had seen the bigger picture. So sometimes it's humbling ourselves too to receive and to also see another, view of a thing. So again, um, it's the same thing in Christianity, salvation. Our job is to
Yeah.
persuade people,
Yeah.
to try to help them see and
Mhm.
conform,
Mhm.
right? And be transformed.
Mhm.
So there are times where we have to be willing to open up, to see it a different way,
Yeah.
and it's not always because we feel like we're so right. However, if we know that we are right
Mhm.
and can benefit you, then I think it should always be a go. Be willing to open up and see what somebody else
Yeah.
sees. Yeah. So I think it's twofold.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
It really is. I definitely agree with that. Everything you said, how you said it, well, all of it,
Well,
because
bless
it
the
makes
Lord.
exactly because
I try to be very careful in
yeah,
how I,
right, because it makes perfect sense.
Mhm.
You know, on the one hand, you will get those to try to tell you how to do it,
Yeah.
what to do, and all that different kind of stuff because
Mhm.
you don't do it their way, or
Right.
you don't, or you may be trying to show someone a different perspective or say something a little bit differently, and because I don't say it the way that you say it,
Yeah.
or I don't do it the way you do it, then I'm wrong.
Mhm.
And that's not so.
Right.
You say it the way you say it, however you get your point across.
Yeah.
And because your mind might be on another level,
Mhm.
then my thing with that is then you catch it on the level you on.
Mhm.
But then you're talking to, like you said, you got babes, and that's what I'm used to. Like you got
I've
babes,
got
you
a
got
diverse group.
experienced people, you
Mhm.
got a diverse group, and so however I myself can get someone to catch or grab hold to what I'm saying, then I'll use whatever God tell me to say. And that's what I'll say. Not that you don't know what you're saying or that you don't know what you're doing, but for some of us who are in a different position,
Mhm.
you have to look at this, like you say, we're dealing with that, what you see on the screen, that 6 and that 9, because you're on this side and you see it this way and you know how it is. Be willing to be flexible.
Right.
Be willing to bend, be willing to understand
Yeah.
that if it was all high preachers and apostles and all of this, and you did some things or said some things, then you probably would see it that way.
Right.
But when you're trying to reach a vast amount of people, you have to say it the way you can, or do it the way that you do it, which will connect to whomever you're talking to. So I may have seen a 6, and you may see a 9, and from both of our perspective, it's okay.
Right.
But we still have to know how to deal with that, so yeah,
My Lord.
absolutely.
All right. This is a good one. All right. So we're going to go ahead and prepare to jump right in to our conversation for the night. So y'all go ahead, do me a favor as you've been listening to the Wednesday night live podcast of the Graceful Exchange. And we are here with Asia Sade, Dr. Baker, Tony, Mama Pastor Mo, and Pastor Reed.
What up?
Oh my God.
Oh my Jesus,
Help.
Lord.
And put that Barry White voice on.
Oh, who?
Look at him.
Oh yeah, on who? On who? Please, wait. Don't click out because he started with that. No,
Hold
he
on.
he done ran folk off here. Come back in. Come back in. Come back.
Oh Jesus!
Come back in.
Please
Come
come
back in.
back in the room.
Come on back in the room. Please come
Come
back.
back in.
Come back.
Me
We
in the room.
we didn't mean for Anthony to run you off the show. Come on back in. Come on back in. Come on.
It's just fun.
Yeah. Please forgive him, for he know not what he does. All right. So
Let's do it.
our topic is building, advancing through teamwork and collaboration, advancing through teamwork and collaboration, advancing through teamwork and collaboration. All right. So we're going to have a good time talking about advancing through teamwork and collaboration. We want to build something that lasts, right? We want to build without being exhausted. We want to build without, it won't be void of frustration, because I think that comes along with it. However, I don't feel that we should be frustrated because we're exhausted, if you feel me. And so we've got to embrace teamwork. But before we talk about that, let's talk about the importance of having the right team.
Yeah.
That I think
Yeah.
that's where we need to start, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
Having the right team, having the right people in your life, having the right people at your table, having the right people in your circle, because oftentimes we've been bamboozled. Oftentimes
For
we've been
sure.
tricked to believe that people have a heart for us, that people want to see us win, because we hope that the people that sit in the room, sit at the table, really want to see us win. That's our desire, right? Because oftentimes we can have such a pure heart towards people. I know that to be the case for me. I want to see everybody win, not intimidated by nobody, not jealous of anybody. I want to see everybody win. However, I have come to the conclusion and have embraced that just because that's my heart for people doesn't mean that's their heart for me, right? And so let's talk about that. The importance of having the right team. The importance of having the right team. What does the right team look like?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Help.
Yeah.
Help, Jesus.
So what does the right team look like? What does the right team look like? Let me hear from y'all.
There's so many examples of what the wrong team.
I know.
Like I've seen this reel or video clip on social media. I've seen it a few times now on Facebook where there's a man and a woman in a boat. Well, he's outside the boat, and she's sitting in front of the boat, and the boat is full of water. And so he has a bucket at the back of the boat dumping water out.
Mhm.
She's in front of the boat dumping water in. So no matter how hard he worked to get this water out, it was going to always be water, because your partner, your team, is sabotaging the whole mission.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was
That's deep.
yeah. That water was going to be deep too.
That's
Yeah.
deep. Think about that though, because you just opened up something. And I guess it goes back to the importance of having the right team, right? Where how many times we've put out all blood, sweat, and tears into building a thing, growing a thing, but somebody is at the front of the boat, side of the boat, back of the boat, sabotaging what we're building.
Yes.
That thing is deep. I've actually seen it happen more often than not, right?
Yes.
That people, they will literally sabotage what you're building for whatever reason, that's why it's important to have the right team, because the people who are the right people for you are going to celebrate you, and they'll celebrate your wins, and they'll encourage you in your losses. And so having the right team, like we have this thing that we call my tribe. We are the tribe, because at the end of the day, if we don't trust nobody else, if we ain't rocking with nobody else, we should be rocking with the tribe, right? We should be holding each other accountable, should be holding each other up. We should be praying and interceding for each other, loving each other, not working against each other. And so there's safety here, right? We have shared ideas, we have shared woes and all the rest. and we don't have to worry about it running and being on the other side. And I think that the safe thing is we all have goals, but nobody's in competition.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Absolutely.
Nobody's in competition.
Absolutely.
We all celebrate each other.
Mhm.
We are willing to help each other
Yeah.
build,
Mhm.
right? Because we all know that even the second chair is blessed.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Of course.
You know,
Yeah.
the second chair is
Mhm.
blessed,
Yeah.
right? Look at this. You all are the second chairs even to this podcast,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but you are just as important
Mhm.
because I don't rock without y'all.
That's right.
Mhm.
And it's clear y'all wouldn't go rock without me, right?
Absolutely.
Because I tried to keep y'all, hey, carry the show,
Mhm.
let me miss. They like, nah, that ain't happening, right?
No, thank you.
And so, so that's what having the right team.
Yeah.
We want to see each other win, and we want to win together.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And if somebody else happens to win on the outer skirts,
Mhm.
we don't feel no kind
It's
of
good.
way.
No,
It's all good because guess what? The whole team's gonna benefit.
Yeah.
You're right.
That's right.
If I go up, y'all all going up,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
and that's the way it should be,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
So talk about that. Since you unlocked,
I'm like, which way did we just go?
I know we because it's two
Yeah.
different ways.
We got
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's two different ways.
Well,
But-
first of all, when you're on the team, know your role, know your position, what you play, everybody has a different talent, a different gift, a different, there's some things I can do, you can't do. There's things you can do, I can't do. But at the same time, as a team, we work together for a common goal.
Right.
Right.
Mhm.
And if your only goal is that you win, you're not
Yeah.
part of my team.
Not at
Exactly.
all.
So that means I don't even need you to be a part. I need somebody to be a part that says, you know what, even if you help me do something and people celebrate me, don't get mad.
Come on.
It's all of us.
Yeah.
Come on.
At the same time, there are no big eyes, there are no little U's. What you getting jealous for? At the end of the day,
Yeah.
we're also to be on the same team.
Absolutely.
If somebody is more educated than me, it doesn't mean that they, and I don't have the degree that they have.
Right.
I mean, we all bring an experience to the
Right.
team
Right.
that makes us great.
It doesn't mean you're dumb.
It don't mean I'm dumb.
Right.
Just because they went to go. Now I may be dumb. It's a whole lot of stuff. Let me make that clear. I'm dumb with a whole lot of stuff. It's some stuff I just don't know. However,
Yeah.
I should have a team of people
Yeah.
that if I don't know, they'll cover
Cover
me.
you.
Yeah.
There you
right.
go.
They gonna help me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
They gonna make sure I succeed, not just say, you know what, he couldn't do that. So it's my time to shine. You ain't on my team.
Yeah.
Right.
You working
See,
against me.
yeah.
We gotta be, and we gotta be careful because
Yes.
people will come on your
Yeah.
team
Sure will.
just so they can shine
Yes.
or try to find your weakness.
Mm.
Yes.
Let me see where they're weak at.
Yes.
So now I can come up. No, you're not
Yeah.
making yourself look bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're making like it's an you,
Yeah.
but it's really not. There's no such thing as I in teamwork.
Yeah.
It's all of us.
Absolutely.
There's an old saying we used to say in the bank: teamwork makes the
It's a
dream work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, as much as it is a cliche, we have to work together as a team. Don't be knocking, people down because no,
Exactly.
we're working together to collaborate
Right.
to make sure we have one goal, whatever that goal is, whether it's to win souls, whether it's to make money, whether it's to invest in business, whether it's to buy real estate, whatever it is, whatever your skill set is, our goal is to meet the main goal.
Right.
And that's what we have to focus on. If you don't have that focus, that I need to find people or surround myself with people who are ready to, let's build together. And then I can't have everybody on my team with the same mindset. I
That's
need
right.
people
Exactly.
with different
Different
ideas.
That's right.
They have, I may see something a certain way, but they can say, well, no, I think we should try this, that, and the other. Okay, great. Let's try it your way. Doesn't say my way is wrong,
Right.
but your way could be easy.
So then
It could
different
save me
perspectives
hours
come
of
in.
work
Absolutely.
or whatever. So it's about how we work together.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And then teamwork don't mean one person got all of the ideas.
Not at all.
We have to respect each other
Right.
in our perspective positions. Years and years ago, most times people may not know because I can be very boisterous,
Mhm.
right? But if you really want to know, I'm laid back for real when
Yeah.
it come to doing certain things. I
Yeah.
let you take the front if that's what
Yeah.
you want.
Yeah.
I'm very laid back. Don't mean I don't know what I know. I'm just very laid back. If that's where you feel comfortable
Right.
at, if that's what you want to do, then you go for what you know. When my turn come, my turn come.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I read a book many years ago called Riding in the Second Chariot.
Mm.
The books I've read and the things I've learned have taught me discipline.
Yeah.
I could be wild or this, that, and the other. I can shine. I can do whatever it is, but you have to know where you fit in. You have to know what to do and how to do it. I think that's a good book, and a lot of people should read it. It's called
Right.
Riding in the Second Chariot. And everybody's job is important.
That's
Everybody,
right.
yeah,
That's right.
we all are gifted in where we're gifted at. I'm not going to try to step on Pastor Asia and make her look like, you know, I got to do it all. And as well, she's not going to do that. That's what happened with a team.
Right.
That's what happens with
Yeah.
the tribe.
Right.
We work together.
Right.
Now, here's the most important thing. When the team is feeling some kind of way, we should be able to feel each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you are a true tribe and a true team, if you can catch an expression or if you can feel a vibe, or you know what I'm saying,
Mhm.
you ought to be able to go to that person. I don't have to know what you're going through,
Right.
but just let them know I see you, because we a team and we want the best from each other.
Yeah.
Right.
That's how I'm used to working,
Right.
you know, and that's what I see. So he's right. When you're working in a team, you make the dream work.
That's
Yeah.
right.
That's what team does.
That's right. I as you were just expressing, I was thinking back to, because I'm the same way. I don't, people look at
Yeah.
because I'm always out front that I like to be out front.
Right.
No, you got to be out front because nobody else gonna step up.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying? But like when Pastor Asia first started working with me, it blew her mind to sit from the first meeting. I sat down and I sat back. I said, now run the meeting. And she's looking like, what?
Mhm.
No, run the meeting. And she's ran every meeting since then. I sit there until I need to say what I need to say. Other than that, no. If this is what I trust you to carry and to do,
Mhm,
run it. Go ahead and I don't feel like I'm not the boss.
mhm.
Right.
Mhm.
I'm still the boss of the business. I'm still the
Absolutely.
leader. I'm still the pastor. I'm still all
Mhm.
of that. But I don't feel no type of way
Right.
because somebody else is able to come in and carry a thing. Isn't that what we're training for? Isn't that why we're in partnership?
Yeah.
So somebody else can come in and continue to carry the thing. Her being able to carry certain businesses causes me the freedom to start new ones.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Mhm,
Yeah.
We can't look at teamwork as
Mhm.
competition, but realize that teamwork is really help.
Right.
mhm.
It's to free us,
Yeah.
right? What was you gonna say?
I just looked up team player, and the definition of it is just wonderful. It's going right along what you just said.
Mhm.
A team player is someone who cares more about helping a group or team to succeed than about his or her individual success.
Right.
Being a part of the team, a part of the collective, it's not just about you. And I think
Right.
oftentimes people have a hard time
Mhm.
being a part of the team because they want to focus on themselves,
Mhm.
their
Mhm.
own thing, or they want to utilize this team in
Mhm.
some type of way to benefit solely them.
Yeah.
That's true.
They don't want
Mhm.
to contribute their ideas, but
Yeah.
they're sitting amongst the team so they can get ideas,
Mhm.
you know, having the
Ooh,
wrong
I've
motive,
seen it.
being a part of the team.
Mhm.
Jesus.
Like earlier, and I didn't want to throw off our flow, but when you said, when we were talking about earlier, how, you know, we was like, nah, we not doing the show if you ain't on here. I know people's mentality would have been like, oh yeah, let me get on his platform and talk to his people, and because that's the mindset
Yeah,
people.
it is.
They
It
want to
is.
get on
It
there.
is.
This is his vision, right?
Yeah.
His
Right.
idea.
Right.
And I know people's mindsets is, okay, well, yeah, let me go. And even though we are very well capable,
Yeah.
I don't think we would mess it up.
Not at all.
But this ain't our platform. You get what I'm
Exactly.
saying? We're here
Right.
to help and
Right.
push
That's right.
his
Yeah.
vision of the Great Solution Change.
Absolutely.
But a lot of times, and I think many people, like I said, they don't understand the dynamics of team player.
Mhm.
They don't understand the dynamics of help. Nobody wants to be the help, but they
Right.
want to be
Mhm.
seen as being helpful. Well, how do you do that if you're not actually helping and assisting?
Exactly.
You want to just look like you're doing something, but are not, right? And
Mhm.
help
is a sacrifice. Help takes work. You got to be willing to do something, put stuff in. It's not just about get. You have to do stuff. You got to work. Especially, and then even coming here, I think it's been the biggest learning, even for me, and seeing how Rim Nation itself works, is we get told the vision. Whereas in times past, I haven't had it this way. We get a layout of what vision is, you know, a layout of where we're going, the goals, what needs to be done, how we want to do it, a plan, right? And to see in the beginning, not much running with that thing threw me for a loop. And I'm like, what is happening? How come we're not running with this vision that was actually laid out?
Right.
It was written upon the table. I ain't trying to go biblical, but I'm just saying it was written. Literally. It was written very plain what it is that should be done. And I think as team players, it's our goal to, like you said, use your individual talent, your individual creativity, your uniqueness, that gift that you have, because we all got one. Even if it's just one thing, we all have something that we can contribute to. Even if it's something that seems minute to you, it's going to benefit the team because maybe everybody else can't do that, right? Yeah. So it's our job to take our giftings, our graces, our callings, our time, talent, and treasure, and actually help, assist, and push something. But when our mind is so zoned in on me, my stuff, what I got to do, how I got to do it, when I'm going to get it done, and this and the third, we miss out on building and pushing the collective. The outcome is we all win if we all putting our hands in it. If we're all advancing and, like you said, have the same goal, same mind, same thoughts, same vision in mind, and actually take it on as our own. Like I tell them all the time, when I'm talking about his stuff, people look at me funny, but I say, oh yeah, our stuff, our businesses, our this, our that. I'm always saying we and us, but it's his stuff. But I'm so invested that my mindset is, this is my stuff. I'm helping to push it. And you know what I mean? And I always will hold him in high regard. This is your stuff. I know whose it belongs to. But I'm saying in the mentality of, it is an hour, because I'm not going to fumble my stuff. That's right. So I'm not going to fumble. You know what I'm saying? So if I take on the mind that it's a us, then I'm not going to mess it up, because I don't want to mess it up for nobody, right? It's a collective. So if we understand team player is more about us than me. It's more about the main goal than my goal. Yeah. We get farther that way.
And every team has a leader. No matter where you go, every team has a leader, and you have to follow, like you said, the vision. And everything that the vision you see, you may not like, but that don't mean you're not a team player. You have to come in line with the vision and be able to accept constructive criticism. Most team players don't want to accept constructive criticism.
My Lord,
because
that's true.
You're right, but you know what? Like we first started off saying, because you have to have the right team, you have to have the right tribe.
Right.
When you get that, we come together and we understand, you know, what's really going on. That's how you can say our, and we can help push, because he knows that you're not trying to take anything away from him. And he makes us comfortable enough to bring our whole selves to the table. When you're comfortable, when you love what you're doing, when you can see the vision, when you can pick it up and run with it and know, no, this is his vision and this is our job to help him, but we all benefit. You know what I mean? Even just talking right here, I feel I'm benefiting right now. You know what I mean? So my thing is, the whole bottom line is, when you know that you have your tribe, when you know that you have a right team, then everything that we say is line up, right? We can see it, and someone else listening or whatever, they may not even see what we're saying, but because we know what it's all about and how to work it and what teamworks look like, what teamworks feel like, you know, then we can work this thing. There's no jealousy, there's no envy, there's no offenses, there's no competition, there's none of that going on, because we're gonna lift and raise each other up. That's right. You know, regardless to what we may be going through, we're pushing the agenda of the leader, and we all prosper.
But you know, a lot of people look at pushing the agenda of a leader or someone else's business, all of that. They look at that as a negative or as if you're a flunky or something like that. You know, and so people never want to be faithful over that belongeth and pertaining to another man, right? And if you can't be faithful over that pertains to another man, then how can you be trusted with your own, right? And so I believe that how you handle somebody else's stuff is that's your trial, right? That's your trial. That's the test. That is the moment where God is watching you,
That's right.
and you're learning.
Yeah.
It's your training ground, right? And for example, Pastor Asia came with one business. She came with one business, a business, but it wasn't even
But they
legit.
were not. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nothing was
well,
happening.
two,
They
and
weren't
nothing
right.
was happening. Nothing was
they
set up
shouldn't.
right. It was illegal.
I was I wasn't a businesswoman. I wasn't. I was hustling.
She was hustling.
Yeah.
Uh,
And
but she was hustling, but she was pushing a business, but it wasn't legally set up. It wasn't right. It was a lot of stuff that was not put together and wasn't right. And as she said, she was hustling because she was making the money,
Yeah.
but it was spending the money, going to what was your personal account, everything. It was a mess.
My
Just-
Lord.
A mess.
See the past money.
But do you see the benefit,
yeah.
right? The benefit of being the second person
Mm-hmm.
was to come, and I'm the second person. I'm not his flunky, but I've learned how to legally set things up.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I'm the
So-
mentee.
Yeah, there you go. Mentee. And so the protege, you know, and so here it is. She's now at what, 3
Yes.
legitimate
Yes.
businesses that are set up the right way, the legitimate way, operating the right way, and all the rest. So pay attention to how teamwork and being amongst the right people
Yeah.
will set you up
Yeah.
for success, right? And so that's just an example, but there's a lot of benefits from having the right people, a lot of benefits, less tears and all the rest, stresses, when you are sitting amongst people who are meant to be in your circle.
Right. And that's the thing, because you can be around people that will be making certain moves, doing certain things, and you think you're a part of the team, but they won't share with you what
Mm.
they've learned.
Come
They
on.
won't share with you how they're getting X, Y, and Z. Now, some stuff may be illegal. That's probably why they want to share. However,
That's another show.
another show, another day. However, you shared with the rest of the team.
Yeah.
And oftentimes I was a part of the team, but not a part of the team. I could even say that even like childhood at school. I'm amongst the popular crowd, but I'm really not. I'm the nerd, the one that actually want to do their work of the popular crowd. So I'm in, but I'm not in. So I was. It's
You're
like that
amongst,
today.
but
Yeah,
you're
it's
not
like
in.
that today.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
it
It's
is.
like that today where you are. Now I don't feel that in these traps.
Right.
But I'm saying you can
But
be
you win.
in a space, but not feel in the space.
Right.
Still feel ostracized. Still feel as if people are jealous, envy. They don't want you to know a certain
You
thing.
sure
They don't want
right.
you to do a certain thing. We want to keep you on the outskirts. We don't want you to be in because we don't want you to get a one up on us. And all type of foolishness, right? There's always a competition, especially in church.
It is.
So much competition, so much back and forth, so much I want to do, like you said, one up somebody, be on top, right? But we learn and see all the time that if we would just come together, I think it was the last episode, or I know it was said before, where you see so many churches all over.
My
10
Lord.
churches on one block.
Yeah.
Everybody, is pastor, bishop, emeritus, and everything else. But while we can't take all of the people into one house, see who is the leader with the sound mind, who has good ideas. Let's focus on that one, bring everybody together, and we can
And it
build
may
something.
just everybody may have a sound mind,
I'm
but
telling
who's the strongest?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
who's the strongest leader?
Bring 'em
And
together.
that's the part people don't want to collaborate. They don't want to come together. And what you just said,
Not us.
you have. I remember our church was on 72nd and Ashland, and we had a storefront. You remember on 72nd and Ashland, and We were next door to a church.
Mhm.
A couple doors down was another
That's
church.
Across
Across the street was church.
Uh-huh.
Diagonal church.
Uh-huh.
I mean, just on the block, you're looking at about 10 churches,
Sad.
right?
Yeah.
10 churches on the block. Out of all the leaders, I was the youngest.
Mm.
I was in my 20s. I was the one people would get out of their churches and they wouldn't come in, but they would stand outside.
Mhm.
Because in the summertime
Yeah,
we didn't have air conditioning, so we would open up the door. And so they would stand in our doorway and listen to me preach, listen to our whole and then that's how actually I had reconnected with Apostle the late Apostle Dr. Heron, because he had a church across the street. And he came over and he says, I need to see who the pastor is over here. He said, because I need to know who my members are coming to hear, almost getting hit by the car on Ashland. You know, he said they can't cross the street and they don't. He said, but they coming over. But that's how we reconnected. And just a phenomenal man of God. But it was at that moment that I was like, yeah, who's the strongest leader around here?
Mhm.
Who's the
And then
because
at that time, you know, you had chairs, folding chairs. They was all over the place. People was all over the floor.
oh
The
my
anointing
God,
had 72nd and Ashland. And they
man,
probably was scared to walk in there because the anointing
Ooh,
was there.
Jesus.
But what's so interesting, as I was listening to you, oftentimes, if you want to be a great leader, if you want to be successful,
yeah,
you got to share how you got there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Don't just keep it to yourself,
that's right.
There was a time I wanted to start a little transportation business, right? And I was asking everybody, what I'm supposed to do? And it was like it was a secret.
It is.
I'm like, well, no, you can't. And
Ooh,
I'm like,
Yeah.
it's enough money out here for everybody
Yeah.
to make money. It's enough clients out
Not
here.
trying to get
Everybody
yours.
can get paid. And I'm like, what you got to do? Well, I don't really know. So I had started doing research myself, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's tedious, but look, I could have eliminated all of that.
mhm,
You could have just
you-
told me
Exactly.
yeah,
what I got to do
yeah,
Yeah.
to get to where I need to be.
Yeah.
yeah,
And so that means you're not the kind of person that's a team player.
right.
Yeah.
You care about yourself. Listen, especially with us,
Uh-huh.
because when you look at other
Yeah.
cultures,
Yeah.
they don't do
They-
that.
Oh, no.
Right.
Everybody
they
knows.
gonna
Yeah.
tell, they gonna
Yes.
invest. But us, we keep it like it's a big secret when I could really just Google it and find the answer.
Correct.
You know, I mean, don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying, but there could be other ways.
Yeah.
It can be easier ways, but
Yeah.
no, I'm not gonna tell you.
Well, I'm
I'm
gonna
not-
charge you
man.
$9,000.
yeah, charge you a lot of
Charge.
money for
Let me
something I
tell
can
you.
get.
It's
Still not give you
sad.
the right information.
Right.
Oh, now
Yeah.
you can give me the right, give me the
Yeah.
wrong on purpose.
On purpose.
Yes.
On purpose,
On
just so
purpose.
that I can fail
Yeah.
because you think I'm gonna make more money than you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when I got God, I'm gonna win anyway.
Come
But
on.
I ain't trying to I almost got caught up. But no, but I'm gonna win anyway.
Yeah.
But listen, and then it's like if you see a pothole down the street and you tear up your car, I would be a fool to see you going down. I'm at the
And not
if I don't warn you,
Mhm.
the blood is on my hands for not telling you. And a lot of times people will see you heading for trouble
People not thinking about
and won't even warn you.
Yeah.
You're not on my team.
No,
Yeah.
Because they want to see you.
You want to see me fall.
Look, the wrong team want to see
The
you
wrong
fall.
team.
The wrong
Not
team
your
don't want
team.
you to win.
Hey, wrong as I am,
Is
I
trying
should
to
be falling.
use you to win.
But if I fall, Lord help me, Jesus.
Please don't fall.
But when I get up, though, I'm gonna get up stronger.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get up better because I'm gonna learn from my mistakes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm gonna learn I need to change my company.
Yeah.
I need to be right
I'm
now.
trying to
Get some
tell you.
different folks.
You better
I
say
need some
it.
people that's gonna,
Yes.
that's gonna support
Yes.
what I'm trying
Yes.
to do.
Yes.
Because I don't need to hook up. I need somebody. Look, you for real about it? Okay, let's do it. Look,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be no bigger than you.
Yeah.
You're not trying to be no bigger than me. I'm just trying to get a little piece of the pie.
Yeah.
That's it.
Come on.
I ain't gonna take the whole thing, but I'll eat all of it. But I'm to the place
Don't
to,
even- say
but
something.
we got to work together.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's so unwise to move without proper leadership when
Yeah.
you don't really know.
Mhm.
You find yourself doing stuff
Mhm.
out of turn and then losing
Mhm.
when you could have collaborated with a leader and then
Mhm.
won
Mhm.
and still be winning.
and still be
But
friends.
you instead, people like to cut corners, go do stuff behind your back, be slick about it. You know, they get ideas from you, then go do them themselves. And then when it doesn't work out for them, they are confused, bamboozled, baffled, right? But if you would have worked with a leader that knows, got with the right team, had a you and I, a us mentality versus, oh, let me go do this for me, you would have won.
And then you'll come to the person who's the leader. You'll come to their face, get all of their ideas, and think, I got it. I can
help.
go.
No,
I can
No,
do
you
it.
can't sit.
And
He
then,
said the same thing.
and then you're not even on what go on behind the scenes.
Hello.
Yeah.
You don't know the all of the paperwork. You don't know all of
You
this,
out
that,
here
and the other.
illegal.
You don't
See,
know
okay.
all of that. And then what happens is you go out there, you try to start something, you look stupid, right? You want to say, God told you to go, or whatever. I got this vision. I feel like I should go
Right.
ahead and do
Never
this.
shipwreck.
And when it don't work,
Never shipwreck.
and now you want to have this look on your face, and then you can't look at the person in the face that you stole the ideas
Oh,
from.
Jesus.
You can't even look at them in the face. You know
No.
why? Because I know what I did.
Uh-huh.
And all you gotta
It
do is
wasn't
come back
God.
and humble yourself and just say, I know I messed up. I know I should have listened to you. But no, you want to stay out there and swim and drown. And I pray somebody come out there and save you. Because you're looking like a fool with your pants on the ground out there
Here
by
we go,
yourself.
y'all. Here we go.
I'm sorry.
Thank
But
you so
just-
much.
Yeah.
But you know, even the right team though is going to
Pray
make
for me.
you come into your visions, make you come
Yeah.
into your
They're gonna
stuff.
push
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Push you.
If I know what you're capable of, and I see you not doing that, I'm gonna be okay. What's going on? Why you not? Because y'all do it to me.
Yeah.
What's happening with this? Okay, I'm waiting
Right.
on this. You know, the right team is gonna push you anyway
Mhm.
because we're all pushing the team. Everybody has their own things anyway.
Mhm.
We're gonna push the team, and automatically that's gonna push each other
Yeah.
to come into whatever it is that you're supposed to come into anyway.
Mhm.
So, yeesh.
Help,
The
help,
problem
help.
with our culture is we don't know how to follow. We all want to lead.
That's right. That's
That's
right.
why it's a million churches.
That's the
on
problem.
You're
Mhm.
trying
That's
to
the
lead
problem.
too fast.
Yeah.
And but I know that this is not a church. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
calling
No.
nobody out, but
Yeah.
even if we look at the Jehovah Witnesses or whatever, they got this one place, and you may not see one for
A few miles.
long
miles,
No way.
That's true.
miles, you know, because they know how to fall in line. You know what I mean? But
And-
us, we all want to be the head HIC.
And
And-
then with the Jehovah's Witnesses as well as the Catholics,
Yeah.
if they realize that a congregation is dwindling down,
They
they
merge.
merge it
Yes,
with
of course.
another,
They do.
Sure we
you know,
Methodists too.
and they'll sell
Yeah.
and make money off
Yeah.
those properties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so we'll have a property that seat 1,000 and have 2 people in
Yeah.
it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
As long as we can still be called the pastor. You know what I'm saying? Because really it's only in the church and in this religious sector that we feel like we've accomplished,
Mhm.
even if it don't look like it, you know. And that's because most people don't have leadership positions in the secular,
Mhm.
That's
and
it.
so
That is
they
You are
feel
so
that
right.
I can be the HNIC
Uh-huh.
in the church,
Mhm.
you know. And so I think at the end of the day that it's sick and sad.
Yes, it is.
It's sick and sad because so much can be done if we come together, gel together, work
Mhm.
together,
Yes.
and stop sabotaging, stop working
Yeah.
against. Because at the end of the day, it is my desire that every
Mhm.
person that is connected to me is a millionaire.
Yeah.
And will be.
And-
Hello, I'm on my way.
In Jesus'
Amen.
name.
Y'all heard it here first.
I am too.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
You
serious.
gotta claim
I am
that thing
too.
while you do it out there. I'm just
I ain't afraid of no money.
Come on, millionaires,
I am-
billionaires.
Yes, sir.
Because at the end of the day, we should be learning enough
Yeah.
to help push
Mhm.
Mhm.
and thrust each other to where we need to be, right? Now, when you were talking, Pastor Reed, I thought about I've been trying to start this one particular business
Hmm.
for a few years now. I've had conversations with a couple people who's able. I need a document signed,
Mhm.
Mhm.
a document.
Mhm.
My Lord.
Talk to a couple of people who is already operating in this. But
Able.
because
Yeah.
the mindset is that everything he touches succeeds,
Glory to God.
he gonna do,
Better than-
but it goes to he's gonna do better than me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He's gonna make more money than me.
Yeah.
Well, don't he got enough money? Don't he got enough businesses? Don't he got enough going on? Why is he trying to come over into this area and
Mhm.
trying to build something here? He already got 20, businesses. So why is he trying? And so what happens is they have the conversation, I'm willing to help you in your face.
Yeah.
But then literally, and I mean, I met with people
Yeah.
and who said they were willing to sign off and all this other kind of stuff. But then once they come out of my presence, it's like, nah,
Never hear from
I don't hear from them again.
Mhm.
They avoid the phone calls and all the rest because now they know what I want. See, when you met with me, when you talked to me, you didn't know what I wanted,
Mhm.
but now you know what I want,
Yeah.
and what I'm trying to do. And so you look at me as being your competition,
Right.
which I'm not.
That's sad.
I'm not
Not
your
in competition.
competition.
And I don't
Yeah.
believe
Yeah.
that individual would prosper. They may think they're prospering. We supposed to be helpers toward
One to another. Yep.
We supposed to love on one another and push one another, and
Yeah.
encourage one another. No, he's not gonna prosper. He
Yeah.
may think he
Yeah.
or she
Yeah.
is,
Yeah.
but they won't.
And
Yeah.
just to add to that, you have businesses
Mhm.
that are all prospering and flourishing.
Right.
Mhm.
The people that won't sign the doc, I think they're missing the bigger picture.
Yeah.
You've already been successful
Mhm.
and successful now.
Right.
Mhm.
It would make common sense for you
It's beneficial to you.
to sign the document.
Yeah. 'Cause I'm
Because
coming.
guess what?
Mhm.
Whatever business he got,
I'm coming.
whatever
Yeah, help.
connection he got, we all coming.
We coming.
We all coming. Because
Yeah.
they're, and it's just kind of like, but people are small minded.
Very
Yeah.
much so. Crab in the
Mhm.
bucket.
And
Yeah.
people who have had nothing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They-
Yeah.
they
Never had.
they are they sit like this,
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Um,
right.
Yes.
Now, I didn't come from a family with a silver spoon in my mouth.
Mhm.
No.
However, I've never withheld any information.
Yeah.
People sit down with me, I'll teach you, I'll show you, I'll help you, right? Now it used to be free.
Come on.
Now you got to invest in you,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, people are sitting like this with their hands closed,
Sure is.
and I'm gonna put it like this: that's a business that makes money.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But for years, I would say probably the last 10 years or more, I was trying to find out how to feed the community.
Mhm.
See?
It was a part of our
Yeah.
vision.
Yeah.
I was trying to
Yeah.
figure out, how do you get the food program? How do
Yeah.
you give away stuff?
My
What do you
Lord.
do to be able to bless your community? Because
My
I didn't
God.
want to be a pastor and didn't want to be a church,
Come on.
just sitting in a community
Come on.
having church, shouting and dancing,
Yes.
preaching and prophesying.
Yes.
I wanted to be a help to the community. So I would reach out to people that I had been knowing for years, most of my life,
Mhm.
and had programs and would never share how it was done.
That's right.
Always acted as if they didn't know.
Did it for me.
Somebody
Yeah.
else set it up.
Yeah.
Somebody else
Yeah.
did
Yeah,
it.
sure will.
And this type of thing. Well, I don't know. And then you talk to that person. Well, I don't know because I talked to this
Oh, my
person,
God.
this person. I'm just trying to get a free
That's it.
program
Come on.
That's it.
to bless
To bless other
our
people.
community.
Right.
You can keep blessing your community.
That's right.
Keep
We're a
blessing your
different
community. But because we want to make it and put this, see that
So
social
right.
media thing
Yeah,
has
my
messed
Lord.
people up.
My
So
Lord.
now, okay, well, Apostle Jones, you having good church over there, but I'm feeding the community. I'm giving away stuff. I'm blessed. So
Yeah.
to them, it makes them stand out from me because we're churching. They're helping the community.
Mhm.
And so they would never tell me how they did this
Right.
thing,
That's
how
true.
and it literally for the last 3 years though, we've been doing the program. But really, even I'm gonna show you how we was given that information. We was given the information to do the program because somebody was trying to show up their last church.
Help.
My Lord.
They were trying to outdo them and show up the last church. So they gave me the information to show up the last church to make it look like they've come here and done a thing.
Mhm.
That's the only reason.
That's crazy.
Because other than that, I would have never got the information
And you
again.
would not have.
But it was only to
Yeah.
show up the last church.
Yeah.
The same
Yeah.
thing they moved on and trying to show up me.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
You know, yeah, yeah.
So at the end of
Yeah.
the day,
That's true.
that's what I'm saying. That
It's,
A lot of
yes.
stuff ain't about just even money.
It's not.
People will withhold
It-
information
Yep,
that can
to
advance
control
the
you.
kingdom, that can advance
Yep.
communities and all the rest,
Yep.
because we don't know how to be team players.
That's right.
And we want to stand out from everybody else. We want to
Correct.
look good. We
Correct.
want to make it seem like
Correct.
we come to the table, with this,
Mhm.
that, and the other.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, who's losing?
Yeah.
There you go.
community.
The community.
That's what I was
But you
thinking.
gotta think
That's
about
what-
it
that's
too.
what I'm
When I
saying.
was hungry, did you feed
Come
me?
on.
Exactly.
When I was naked, did you clothe me?
Exactly.
So while I'm thinking about helping a community,
Yeah.
other people are thinking about how you can stand out from me.
Sure, right.
Right.
And
It's sad.
that happened to me.
Mhm.
You know, because you have people who I've asked, I had asked, I'm in a different space now,
Right.
but I had people who I had asked how did they get the food program started, right? And same thing that they said to you, somebody showed them, they didn't know, whatever the case may be, but the programs that they had, they would not tell me what to do,
Mhm.
but they would give me some food and allow me to come under them
Right.
for control.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So
Right.
people do different things for different reasons to make you look like you got it all together. And now I work for you. I've always been placed in that position. So they thought they was doing place you in that position to try to make it look like you have to lean and depend on
Right.
them instead of, this is my community over here. I'm not even where you are.
Exactly.
Why you can't tell me what to
Exactly.
do? Somebody told you and showed
Right.
you,
Yeah.
but people can be so. Ooh.
I've come to learn and discover that people don't want to share information like that because it's you.
Yeah,
Mm.
I
Because they
learned that.
know
And that's
that
it.
you're
I
gonna
learned
do
that.
it and carry it better.
Yes, ma'am.
Their mentality is already in competition with
Mhm.
you, and you're not even thinking.
And
that
you
way.
don't even
Yeah.
know.
I had a conversation with a pastor one time. I'm like, why do people? I wasn't even raised that way.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
I was not raised with hater in my blood. I'm sorry.
Right.
Like, if you know my mama, you would understand what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Like, she can literally celebrate anyone. Okay, even somebody who has an alt. Okay,
Yeah.
she just like we were not taught to hate or be bothered. We celebrate people's wins and be like, I don't have a competition spirit in me. So it honestly throws me off a bit when people are trying to withhold or
Yeah.
don't want you to have
Mhm.
something, don't want to see you get something because it's you. Like they don't even have to have, it's just you.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't even have to be about a reason. I know that Dr. Jones gonna do that thing in excellence, so we ain't gonna tell him about this. His business gonna do
Exactly.
this, so I'm not gonna. It's insane. Like I'm gonna need for you to do something with your mind because again, I've been in that space where
Yeah.
people and I sat at the table.
Yeah.
So that's the thing
So
that
have I.
I'm still
Absolutely.
want to make clear that I was
Mhm.
on the team
Mhm.
Right.
and the
Yes,
teammates
Lord.
still wanted to X
Uh-huh.
me out
Yep.
of knowing certain things.
Been there.
Now, again, I'm grateful because there were certain things I didn't need to know.
Mhm.
Sometimes
Yeah.
people will show
Yeah.
you how to do it wrong.
Sure
Yeah.
will.
And I didn't want to be taught how to do it wrong.
Yeah.
So certain things I did not learn, grasp, and understand until I
Mhm.
got here. But everything I knew business wise, everything I knew in terms of how to save money, how to do
Mhm.
I had to figure out on my own
Mhm.
or with the help of my mother. Right. So coming into this space where the information is not withheld,
Mhm.
where you can get teaching,
Mhm.
impartation, and
Right.
training. I'm like, oh, this is different here, but I'm a sponge. And so now you got people that are upset and mad and jealous because I am the sponge and getting out like
Keep
it's
on
crazy,
sponging.
right? So you have to
Yeah.
it's like, are you gonna be a part of the team? Because you could be a sponge too,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. You
But look,
can.
some people should have been a
You should
sponge
try.
way before you came.
Yeah.
Right. There you go.
How many years I've been pouring,
That's
you know?
true.
Yeah.
How many years? And I didn't keep information, just privy for my congregation.
Right.
I opened stuff up through seminaries, through
Yeah.
other schools that I've had, and different things, other churches.
Mhm.
I would go to other churches and do trainings and all.
Yeah.
So literally, that was starting to be most of my engagements where
Yeah.
they were coming to be me doing financial trainings. I come to your church and did a financial training,
Absolutely.
either leadership training or financial training. I've been pulled on to do those things.
That's still available, by the way. If y'all need that, go ahead, drop it in the comments.
Gotta do it.
So, but I still, I'm still doing
Yeah.
leadership trainings and financial trainings and all of that, the financial literacy workshops, and so
The first person to do leader shift, by the way.
No,
I'm sorry. I got
no,
Yes,
no,
yeah, you
no. A lot of people do some of
Mm.
everything. Everybody.
You
There's
pretty
never a
big.
first. There's nothing new under the sun.
Well,
But
we
it's a
just
lot
saw
of.
it a lot after you did.
We'll say that we saw it a lot afterwards.
That's
That
like
was
when you
years
see a
ago.
new
That
car,
was years ago.
right? That's like when you see a new car, something new come out on the
Uh,
market.
now
and you
everybody-
see it, and that's all you seem to
Uh-huh.
see is that car.
The trend.
But you know, I just want to say this, and then someone else can take it. But one thing I do know that I have been seeing and understand that people do look at you and try to hold you back or try not to sign off on different things that you need signing off on, not even realizing that you are already established. I mean, you know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Mhm.
This is an add-on.
It's an
But here's
add-on.
the thing. What really be happening is that you don't live off the church.
Right.
See, that's number
Right.
one. Here's something else. Not only do you not live
lives
off
off it.
the church, you know, you have your direction and you know what you're doing.
Right.
So you have the ones that were sent
Come
in
on.
whatever area,
Mhm.
right? And I put this up on my Facebook. You have the ones that went
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
and they fall, but you have the one that do this because and don't want to show you what to do because they need this to pay the rent.
Right.
See,
Oh,
and if they show
yeah.
you can pop. They
Nah.
think you can possibly pull
Yeah.
from them, and it'll lessen them on pulling in money so that they can pay the rent. You
My
know what I'm
Lord.
saying?
My
So
Lord.
you have to look at things and all. You know, people just
People want to shine.
yeah.
And so it hinders us from collaboration.
Yeah.
There's so much
Yeah.
that can be done
Yes.
if we come together and collaborate. If we, that's why I never understood being a senior pastor. I never understood why people feel a certain way when new people come.
Mhm.
I always felt like this is just another
Yeah.
person or a group
Yeah.
of people that have come to help share the burden.
Yes.
Right? Because nobody wants to be burnt out.
Yes.
Right? So I always looked at when new people come,
Mhm.
that's just somebody that's gonna help carry this
Yeah.
burden.
Yeah.
And
You know,
others didn't
Yeah.
want to do it.
Mhm.
And most times you think about it, is it really sharing the burden or carrying the burden? Because half the time the ones that didn't want nobody new to come wasn't doing nothing
At
anyway.
all.
Right.
So, you would think that people will appreciate when you have new members to the team, when you have new people that you can collaborate with
Yeah.
and work with. I like to sit with new people. I like to sit with a group of people. One, because I realize that I'm an overthinker. I think a lot, right? I'm an overthinker. I don't know how many times I've missed out on sleep because I'm thinking I can't turn off my brain sometimes, right? And so can you imagine sitting at the table with 2 or 3 or 4 other people, and then don't let 1 or 2 of them be overthinkers too?
Mhm.
Can you imagine
Hello.
what you can do, what you can build with people who are not yes men, but they actually can see things in a different light, different perspective, and the rest. And so that's why I appreciate sitting with people, so I can learn. I'm that person where even there's a lot of times, and Pastor Asia is, by her being my assistant, she's heard me say many days where I'll sit amongst my staff, whatever, and I'll come and say, "What y'all think?
Mhm.
What you think?" I do that even with the church, vision casting, things like that. What do you think? What do you think we should do? What do you think? How do you think we should move on this? What are your thoughts? Most people who sit at the head of the table
Mhm.
don't care what you think.
Correct.
Yeah.
To them, your opinion don't matter.
Mhm.
Nothing else matters. This is what I want, and this is what I want to see happen, and this is what's going to be, right? And so they sit down with a plan, and this is what we're gonna follow. But that's not even how I move. I typically sit and I say, "Hey, what y'all think about this?" Or I was thinking this. Sometimes I have to say things so they can talk me out of a thing.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'll overdo a lot.
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
So at the end of the day, thank God for collaborating.
Come on back,
Come
Dr.
on.
Lunch.
I do. They have to talk me out of a lot of stuff because I'll overdo a lot. I will overdo Nah, not yet. No, hold up.
Mhm.
Okay, let's look at the bigger picture of this.
Mhm.
Because I'll have the mindset to expand a thing for a number of reasons,
Mhm.
but then forget the underlining part
Mhm.
where, okay, maybe that's not wise for now.
Mhm.
Maybe that's something you could do in the future.
Right.
Or are you going to be able to carry this 5 years from now?
That's right.
Or if it gets, if you, do this 6 months from now, if it don't turn out the way you want it, what you going to do with
Mhm.
the rest of this? How are you going to carry this from that moment on? And so I welcome the team.
Mhm.
I welcome the ideas and the point of views, all of that. Most people, again, who sit at the head of the table don't appreciate the view of people.
Yeah.
And then don't. And now I'm the person where I say, I listen to what they say. I
Mhm.
do. My staff, I listen, even to the members. I've always been that person. I'll listen because I used to get fussed at all the time. Where my leader used to tell me, you run too much past the people. Well, I'm just an open book, and I'm very honest because I was like that even in vision casting for years. If you literally, I would sit in the meeting and I'll tell you, this is what we paid on ComEd. This is what we paid on the gas. This is what we paid in rent or mortgage or whatever. This is what our mortgage balance is. This is what I do that. I give that information, well, this is how much we raised for the year. I'll put that out there. This is how much we raised for the year. Okay. This is how much we put out, that type of thing. And I am such an open book to the point that at the end of I feel like people should trust people like that, because I ain't got nothing to hide, and that type of thing. But at the end of the day, that's a team I can be a team player with. When people
Yeah.
are honest, put everything on the table, that type of thing. But what happens when you have team players that can't appreciate the authenticity of a person and they keep on sabotaging the team?
You gotta get
It's
them
the
off the table.
camouflage.
Get them off the team.
Yeah.
You
gotta
get
put 'em
them
out.
Gotta go.
Get 'em.
Kick 'em
They got to
off.
Pick them
go.
off the boat.
Seriously, they have to go
They-
because they're blocking your progress
Yeah.
for all that
Yeah.
who's a team player.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So they got to go.
Mark them and avoid them. Get rid of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's different when
serious.
somebody has the heart to do right. A team player just may not be as strong in certain areas.
Right.
But
Mhm.
when you are purposely sabotaging
Right.
the team,
You got to go.
you ain't on the right team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at some point, every team has to reevaluate the players and
Mhm.
all
Right.
of that. And some weak links may have to
Go.
get cut.
And it's not
Mhm.
personal.
And it's okay.
Yeah,
It's
but
okay.
it is personal because if you are
Well,
to
no.
me, if you are sabotaging the team purposely, that's personal.
Because that's your life.
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
You know,
Like as we're talking about this, you were talking about the boat earlier. All I see is that there was a meme. I can't remember what it said, but it was where somebody was in the back of the boat drilling holes,
Mhm.
and you had the person putting holes in the side of the boat
Mhm.
while you rowing. You're trying to get us somewhere,
Mhm.
and they're drilling holes in the boat.
Holes.
So
Mhm.
eventually, the boat is going to sink,
Mhm.
right? And it just puts me back to the conversation that we're speaking of with the wrong team and sabotaging. When you're building something, right? Let's just talk about structures and fixtures. When you're building something, it takes some work. Now I ain't no contractor, but
Mhm.
this building is made of brick.
Mhm.
Okay, it's a whole lot of brick, a whole lot of cement,
Mhm.
and some wood. You
Mhm.
need some strength, right? And you need people that are willing to go up high. This building is
Mhm.
very
Yeah.
tall. You need
Mhm.
people who are not afraid
Yeah.
of the heights, right?
Mhm.
You need people who are willing to get down low because we got a lower level, right? There are
Mhm.
many parts to this building. Even when we just cleaning, we have a team cleanup day for the church because it's so big, right? You need people that are willing to go to these different areas. If you have team member while everybody is working, while everyone is doing their job, and then you have this one or couple of team members who are doing absolutely nothing,
Mhm.
we have a portion of the building that is left undone. We got a portion of the building that's left unclean, untouched, right? Uncared for. It makes things difficult. So now the rest of the people who have used their strength, use their talent, use their time, use their treasure, who have put in work already, now have to go and do what you did not do. They got to clean up and pick up your slack.
Right.
Now, they may not mind,
Mhm.
but you got to think now you're exhausting people intentionally.
Mhm.
You're exhausting the good workers, the good team
Mhm.
players. You're putting a hindrance on
Yeah.
the building as a whole, because every time something happens, you go and break something.
Mhm.
Every time we come
Mhm.
together to do
Ooh,
it,
Jesus.
you go and dirty up another spot. We
Mhm.
cleaning up here, and we find you over there in the back
Right.
room
Mhm.
touching stuff you ain't got no business doing, right?
Right.
Or every time we're working together, instead of you working with us, you in the corner gossiping. It is a
See.
frustrating experience for
Mhm.
those who are working for real.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's in
Yeah.
those instances, and then, like you said, we talked about earlier, then they wonder why people don't want you around.
Mhm.
We don't want you to be a part, right?
Mhm.
Then it's because you have sabotaged the thing. You don't have. You have to have a heart for what you're building,
Mhm.
right? You got to have see and know the vision, the blueprint.
Right.
Can't just be building out of whack, but you have to know what it is that you're building. And then once you know and understand what it is you're building, know what role you play in the building, and be there to do it. If we can't trust you to show up,
Mhm.
I can't count on you to be in your place.
My
Mhm.
Lord.
Then how is this going to get built efficiently? You're
Mhm.
out of position. You always not in the right place where I need you to be.
Correct.
Well, I don't want to sweep up the debris. I want to lay the brick. You're not strong enough to carry the bricks, dear. You don't even have the capacity to
Yeah.
hold the bricks.
Mhm.
So why? That's the thing. We get frustrated with the role that we're in because we feel like we can do more than what our
Right.
capacity is. And then when the leader tells you where you are, then you get frustrated, and now you want to sabotage because you're
Right.
not doing
Right.
what the bricklayer is doing.
Right.
You just got to sweep right now. You're
Yeah.
frustrated.
Yeah.
You're upset. You mad. Now I want to ruin what the bricklayer is doing because I
Mhm.
wanted that job.
Jesus.
Mhm.
And ultimately, you're hindering the building process.
Yeah.
You got us stuck at a standstill trying to build because you keep throwing rocks at the bricklayer. I can't finish doing what I'm doing because you keep trying to hinder me.
Lord.
Why?
That reminds me of like back in the day playing sports in the park with your friends or
Mhm.
whatever. You had two team leads and everybody lined up and you picked your
You pick
team.
your
Okay, I want
team.
this person. Give me that person. Give me that person. You don't want to be the last one picked.
Yeah.
You don't want to be the last one picked, right?
Mhm.
I mean, you would be
Doggone.
too slow, too slow, all of that.
You was the last one.
I was always last. Only time I was first was doing dodgeball because I guess I was big, and they thought I could. But everything else, I was the last one. I wobbled myself on it, and then really it was like you got to go on that team and make it even. I was never. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It was
I'm
about
sorry.
to fall.
I had a
Triggered
flashback.
him. You triggered
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
I had a flashback.
We
Go
sorry,
ahead.
Reed.
That was it.
Oh.
My goodness.
Oh my God.
But you don't want to be the last one picked for the team. Sorry, I can't even talk about it because
You might as well go ahead. I'm over it now. That was childhood trauma. I'm over it now.
You ain't over it. You triggered. He triggered. He triggered. Y'all saw that? He triggered.
Trigger warning for anyone who was ever picked last.
Oh
We sorry.
God. No, go ahead. No, don't stop now. You out there.
I reckon
He would not be responsible for your
Look,
emotional.
I'm sorry.
We are a team,
Yes.
and I'm gonna build you up. I'm gonna
That's
take
right.
you to places of trauma. See,
See, look at that.
Come on.
you know,
Now
that's
you
That was good.
We are a team. I'm not gonna take you to a place of trauma.
that's for the sake of a point.
That's good.
Stop it.
That's good.
Perfect example.
Yeah,
right
one
there.
Perfect example. And I was true, and I'm over it. But I mean it
That
can
was
open up a
good.
room, but that
Yeah.
was good. God.
Because even knowing
On
your
the
team,
team.
you know what's gonna trigger somebody. You know their weaknesses, all of those things. So even if
Yes.
somebody says, "Oh, I'm okay,"
Mhm.
you know your
You
team.
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know who's around you.
You heard what he said.
I
He said,
love
I'm
it.
not going to do this. He said, for the sake of trying to make a point.
That's didn't he say it?
Mhm.
That's
I
beautiful.
heard him. Yeah.
I'm not
Mhm.
gonna open up
Yeah,
your
I'm not
trunk.
gonna
That's
do it.
For the sake
That's
of the point.
teamwork.
Come on.
Yep,
That's a team player.
Yep.
See, I got the right tribe.
We got
I got the
right
I love it.
I
What a
love it.
graceful exchange.
Wow.
Even though it was
a
a
perfect
flashback.
It
demonstration.
was a flashback. I sure thought about it. And then, Anthony's going to be on your team. Why he had to be on my team? And I'm the last one to get
Yeah, it triggered him.
It triggered him. Look at him. Look at him.
You probably
Look at
see
him.
everybody's face.
Yeah, he can't.
can name the names of
Oh my Lord.
He triggered. He triggered. He triggered. He
You
want to
was just
cry.
dodgeball
He
right
wanna
now.
cry.
It's all
Oh,
right.
I done made
The
it.
last shall be first.
Yes, and I got a trap now, so we good.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
We
tell
got
you.
a trap.
We
now,
not gonna
so-
play dodgeball though.
No, we ain't gonna play that. No, we're not gonna play that. But let me tell y'all what I have noticed that some people will be a part of the team and not do anything
Yeah,
because they see the leader successful, they see
That part.
others, and they'll say, you know what? If I just be a part of it, I ain't gonna do nothing. I'm just gonna be in the cut.
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah.
Because
Me too.
if they say I'm gonna be successful because I'm just
Because
around them,
Yeah.
or because, but that's not always the case.
Or they don't want to make the leader more successful.
Or make
Yeah.
them there you
Because
go.
I think that's a big part of it too, where and I can again, as I always say,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can only talk about me,
About you.
right?
Yeah.
I've seen where people have been around me that could have been successful on my team,
Mm-hmm.
but because they decided not to do anything because their mind
Mhm.
was, I'm not gonna make him more successful.
Mm-hmm.
But people who know my heart know I don't leave nobody behind.
That's right.
Yeah.
So if I'm going up, we all going up, right?
Absolutely.
So we gonna all have our own stuff, but people can never move from the mind of I don't want to help nobody else get anything,
Mhm.
you know, and that's the error.
It sure is.
That is it.
That's the error.
That
Wow.
And that's
That reminds me of a gospel tour that was, playing last year. I think it was the reunion tour,
Mm.
and you had all these big artists. You had Israel Houghton, you had Kirk Franklin, the Clark sisters, Tamala and David Mann, right? Everybody know these people. They're great, phenomenal, and know what they do, right? But they came together for a tour.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It was a collaborative tour where they all, even let's say Israel was on his, stage doing his set. They all were still there in support,
Yeah.
singing background and dancing and all of that.
Yeah.
Realized too, the oldest on the tour were the Clark sisters.
Mm.
They had never headlined an arena tour
Yeah.
Mhm.
all over the world.
Yep.
And they've been out the longest. They're the oldest, the more seasoned, all of that. But nobody looked at it like they didn't look at it. Well, I've been doing this for 20 or 30 years. What am I going on this tour with Kirk Franklin?
Mhm.
His mind, let me honor these greats and bring them into a place where they've never been.
Right.
I've done it. Let's come together.
Yeah.
I've done this. You have that. Let's do it together. Let's do it even bigger. Because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's a bigger goal, a bigger,
Mhm.
accomplishment if we do it together.
Yeah.
I feel like that was one of the greatest examples of collaboration that we've seen
Yeah.
publicly, in
Mhm.
the church setting, in the gospel, all of that. Because a lot of times we don't see that in the church. We'll see it more so in the secular world before the church. And that's the saddest thing. But that was a great example of all these great talents and all these gifts. Nobody's intimidated by the next.
Yeah.
Like, you're shining in what you're doing. I'm supporting you. I'm loving
Right.
what you're doing. I'm right here with you. Okay, now it's my time. Same support, same love. I'm not intimidated what you're doing. You did that. Oh, that was great. That was cold. Okay. Okay, go ahead. And that was just that. It was it reminds me of this table. Everybody has their roles and stuff like that. And nobody's intimidated. Nobody's looking at, okay, well, why she do it like that? Well, okay, I could have did it better. If I could have done it better, I would have
You
helped.
would've- yeah.
Not
Yeah.
even that I just wanted to take it over. I would
Right.
help.
You would've-
Maybe I have a
Mhm.
different idea. Okay, well, what about think about this? What if we do it that way? So yeah, we gotta learn how to collaborate and not be so envious and jealous and intimidated by the next person, because you never know how you're gonna be blessed, how it's gonna affect you.
That's
The Clark sisters, I'm sure they never even thought that they would headline such a tour with such magnitude, thousands and millions of people in one setting. They're in their 60s and all of that. They could have
Right.
thought, well, my time has passed, but it hasn't.
Right.
And all because we've decided to collaborate.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
never too late.
Wow.
Yeah.
Go ahead and do it.
Absolutely. You just got to know.
Yeah.
You
Wow.
you just have to know that you just got to know who you're following. You just got to know that you're in the right place.
That's right.
Yes.
You have to know that you know that you know without a shadow of a doubt
Yeah.
that you are in the right place, regardless to whatever's going on. If you here to be a team player, then let's play on this team together. We
Right.
all are going to win. We all are winning,
Right.
you know.
Right.
And so you have to know that the help that you're putting in is for the betterment of the whole,
Right.
you know,
Right.
and not just a little bit, and it's just for me that I need to shine. It's not like that. And just like you said with the Clark sisters, you know, I heard an interview with them doing an interview about that, and they were so elated to be with them and all like that, and not even thinking about being pushed to the forefront. They was just happy and ecstatic about being a part of,
Right.
and look at the blessing that came out of it, because they were all team players and headed for the same common goal.
Right. Right.
Yeah, Kirk Franklin may have been the orchestrator of it, but he made nobody feel less than. He made nobody feel little. And so everybody was excited to come to work. Everybody was excited, you know, to be a part of, because it was for the betterment of the whole.
I agree with knowing what you know, and you know,
gotta know.
especially knowing that you're in the right place.
Yeah,
And to add to that, I think you gotta know what you know when it comes to who you are.
absolutely.
Who you are on the team is predicated upon who you are as an individual.
Correct.
If you are
Correct.
a individual,
Trying to tell you that was good.
that's true. But if you have a jacked up mentality individually, you can't add to this collectively.
You can.
If you don't have skill set individually, you don't have discipline individual, what are you going to bring to the collective? There's got to be some positive characteristics in you as an individual
Right.
for
First
you
of
to
all.
actually attribute and give something and be able to contribute to the collective. If I have identity issues and I don't know who I am, then I'm gonna try to be everybody else on the team.
Yeah.
If I got
Right.
identity issues and I'm struggling with knowing who I am, and I don't know my weaknesses, and I only and I don't know my flaws, I don't know where I struggle, then I'm going to think I can do it all. I'm going to think that where I'm struggling at is actually something I'm doing right, and I'm really doing it wrong, right? We have to know who we are as individuals, know our strengths as well as the weaknesses, so that way we don't come in and try to fumble something because we're trying to do stuff that we don't have the capacity to do. And then we have to stop looking so much to the left and the right. While we assist our teammates, we cannot look so deep into their roles that we think that we can do what they do.
Right.
My capacity is different from yours.
To stay in
What
your
I
lane.
can withstand, what I can hold, what I can carry, what I can do is going to be different from what you can withstand, carry, and hold and do. And I'm not pressed or upset or bothered by what you can do and what I can't.
Absolutely.
And it should be like that vice versa. You shouldn't look at me and be bothered or upset or intimidated, jealous, frustrated, envious, or trying to ruin a thing because you can't do what I'm doing, because you don't get to sit where I'm sitting, because you don't get to answer a phone or do. It's okay.
Answer that phone, girl.
It's
and
okay.
answer good. Hello, my name is Pastor Aja. How may I help you?
I'm trying
Be professional. If you're a phone answerer, be a professional.
I'm trying to
stay in your role.
Stay in your
role.
Stay in your lane.
Stay in
That's
your
what we
role.
don't want to
I'm
do,
trying-
you know, because identity crisis.
Identity
We
crisis.
cross boundaries because of identity crisis. You don't know who you are.
Yeah.
So you trying to do everything. You do this,
Just
you
to
do
fit
that, you
somewhere.
do this, you
Just
do
to
that.
fit
You do,
somewhere.
no, you don't have to do it all. Stay over there. Be good at what you're good at being good at. Stop. Come over here. You know what I'm saying? But people who are not team players, that's what they really do.
Yeah.
And they kind of try to camouflage you.
Right.
You know, you all over the place. I can do this, I can do that.
Stay over there.
Stay over there.
Dr. Baker, they can't even type. Okay, they can't balance a checkbook. They can barely read.
No.
And they want us and be in positions that they're not ready for.
My Lord.
Or
Hey.
not even willing to learn.
Don't even want to
Yeah.
Trying to
learn.
tell you how to do your position.
Try to tell you how to do your
Yeah.
position.
Just
You know,
quiet.
see, she's dead.
Holy
She
hush. The holy hush.
The holy hush.
The holy hush.
That's old school. Holy hush.
The holy
Even
hush.
too, like just because you can,
Yeah.
it may be you can for the sake of covering
Yeah.
your team.
Yeah.
If that person who does is having a moment of weakness, got to regroup or whatever,
Yes,
you can
you
for the
can.
sake of that moment.
Yeah.
But it's not that you should to try to replace.
Yeah.
And try to,
Don't try to stay there.
yeah. Like even though you can, I
Yeah.
look at things like I can. We can do a lot of things the same,
Yeah.
but the way we do it is not going to be the same.
Mhm.
Right.
You know, I may have a different grace
Mhm.
that you may just not have for what I do. Although you can do it physically,
Absolutely.
but you may lose your mind trying to do what I do
Woo,
naturally.
exactly.
Come
You
on.
know,
And it's okay.
I lose my mind all the time. Every time I hear you play. So I used to play. I used to try to play. I used to play the piano, the keyboard, the organ, like the storefront churches. I play in one key, right? I used to couldn't play, and I watch you play. And sometimes I'll get up and try to, when church is over, I try to go next to him like I'm doing something. Now, he's the best, but if I sit next to him, he will play what I'm playing to make me feel like I'm doing something. I'd be like, man, I'm like, or he'll add some flavor to it to make me sound like I did something. I know 2 chords, okay?
if we go work them.
Oh, I
gonna work that-
I know one chord more than you.
Okay, see,
I know 3.
I can carry a storefront church and they just shout all day. I can carry it, I promise.
I can carry one if they worship all day off the same 3 chords.
Okay, we got transpose, I can do it too. But it's like, even, he was like, he just adds to it. That's
Yeah.
what teamwork is all
Yeah.
about.
He's
Right.
a team player.
He's a team
Oh,
player.
definitely.
Yeah, and
He ain't
that's
gonna
what I'm
let you
trying-
fall behind.
He gonna let me fall
I'm speaking
behind.
from experience.
And then he'll look at my hands.
I'm looking for speaking from experience.
Yeah, he'll look at my hands, see what I'm doing. I'm thinking, wait a minute, you're better than me.
Yeah.
But that's what it's all about.
But look, think about it. The leader is a team player
Sure.
too.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes,
Right?
I'm telling you.
yeah.
And when you learn your leader, like
Yes,
I've
you
heard
always
all
say.
this time, I
know.
can't help
What
but
the
to
leader say.
be
Yeah.
like my leader.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, my leader's not gonna leave nobody behind
Mm-mm.
unless you want to be left behind.
No,
Unless you-
you know,
Unless
you
want
want to be connected, you want to be in.
Mhm.
He's gonna pull you in.
Sure will.
I can't help but to be the same way. I'm around my leader.
Absolutely.
You know, I have the same heart in a sense. So
Mhm.
that's what you're gonna get. You know, being on the right team, being connected to the right people. Now, if I was on a different team, connected to the wrong stuff,
Yeah.
that's what you'll get
That's
too.
what you
Yeah.
have.
You know, but I'm not. Thank the Lord.
Yeah.
You know, glory to God.
The heart of a leader. Let me just share real quick, and I know we got to go. So today at my, I had this past Sunday at my church, I had to baptize. An apostle came, okay, and when he came, he didn't just come in and sit down, but I had to get in the water and baptize.
All right, man.
Okay, oh my God, let me tell you, water was coating everything.
Oh, come on here.
Chill my body.
And when I went to baptize, I couldn't get the girl up, but she almost drowned, but she got up.
Oh,
I'm so
He ain't
serious.
lying.
I'm so serious. I was in the water by myself.
Oh.
But let me tell you what happened. When I get out the water, Apostle was right there. He helped me down the
Help.
stairs.
bless God.
Come on, help.
Yeah.
Okay. He made sure he grabbed my robe, made sure I got down safely. I got to the office. Now, a good leader, that's what a good leader does, is that he shows you, look, not only I can lead, but I can also serve.
Yeah.
And that meant so much to me because I really had nobody.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And he came and then he stayed, encouraged. I mean, just blessed me. I let you know that's what good leadership's all about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, cry read.
You know I love it.
Woo! Because if I would have failed, Jesus, let me tell you something.
But look, let me tell you, since you're talking about that.
Your fault.
So to be transparent, I'm gonna tell all. I'm gonna tell the
All
world. dog.
right, it's okay.
So when I was helping you down the stairs, right? He's soaked. So all the stairs wet, everything's
Oh
wet.
God.
Do you know in my mind I was praying and I said, Lord, please don't let this man fall on me. I said, because I know my leg gonna be broke, my hip.
Everything. Everything.
He said, fall on me.
You know?
I said never be the same.
Fall on me.
If you fall, let
Ooh,
him that way, Lord. You let him win.
I'm telling you.
Fall over to the left.
And but I'm telling
But I stood there with him. I stood there with
Oh,
him.
yeah.
But remember, I told y'all I always got a plan.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I was thinking, what if he slips back? I can't catch him from behind, so ain't nothing I could do. But if he comes forward, I'm gonna move to this side.
That's strong stuff. Let me tell you.
So I braced myself to be able to move real quick if he happened to come. because I knew I wasn't gonna catch him. You know, I just knew I wasn't gonna catch him. But
I know,
but I was there and I was calling on Jesus as he was coming on down them stairs. I was gonna be, and I helped him.
That's
you
right.
sure did.
I helped him.
Absolutely.
I'm trying to
You
tell
can't
you.
Every step of the way.
And that's help.
That's the
That's
first thing you
every
talk
step of
about
the
in
way.
the
And it's good
service
shoes.
today.
In his
Stop
good
playing.
shoes,
Yeah.
fully clothed.
Yes.
All that.
I
Yes.
mean, all that, and
Yes.
stayed. I mean, yes,
Yes,
I'm telling you. Oh,
That's
God.
good collaboration
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
because I don't go, and I didn't go to preach. He tried to. He asked me. He said, "Don't you want to preach?" I said, "No," because I wanted to just be there to support.
Yeah.
You know, and so we're in this thing together.
Yes.
And I saw him preach with a strength
Yes, Lord.
that he hadn't preached with
Yes.
in months.
Come on,
Yes,
strength.
Lord.
So sometimes just being in the
Yeah.
presence
He
of your tribe,
did.
Yes.
being in the presence of people you know love you and all the
Yeah.
rest, it'll give you what you need.
Yeah.
And so
Yes.
I felt like, yeah, he just needed to know that somebody's here with him. Somebody's standing with him.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
you talking about y'all should go back, go under his
Yes,
Shiloh
Lord. I
page
watched- yes,
and watch
Lord.
he
Yes.
preached Sunday, you know. And so yeah, but that's collaboration.
Yeah.
That's
Lord.
teamwork,
Mhm.
right?
Teamwork. Yep.
I'm his pastor, but I don't mind serving him.
Amen.
You know, I don't just need somebody to serve me. I serve. I didn't come to be served, but to serve. And so
Absolutely.
collaboration.
Serve me.
Yes,
I
Lord.
remember when I get my injection in my eye.
Yes.
You came to get me.
Yes.
You know, I've heard people talk about how their pastors or other people would leave them struggling.
Yeah.
You know, knowing that they don't have no other way,
Yeah.
but won't take them home,
Yeah.
but take them to a certain place and drop them off and different stuff like that. But you know, I didn't know how to feel with that because I'm a type that wherever you need me at, I'm used to serving,
Right.
and I don't want to be served, especially not by the apostle.
I
When
know.
I know. That
Oh.
is so humbling. You know what I'm saying? So I can't help but to put myself, I don't have to be high and mighty.
Right.
I can't help but, like you said, when you know your leader, you can't help but to put yourself in. I'm like, anybody could have picked me up. You know what I'm saying? Anybody, but you went out. And then I tried to dodge you going
Yeah.
back home. And
Yeah.
he say, so you don't want to ride with me, huh? I'm like, no,
Yeah,
I know that this is you know, go ahead and do what you got to do. I'm going to get there. I got a ride set up. And he, no, I'm going to take you, you know, so you can't help
That's
but
a
to
blessing.
follow.
Nothing you can say
Yeah,
about it.
right. You can't argue with it or anything like that. But know that I love you.
I
I'm
love
telling
you
you.
too.
And yes, I am here to push. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Amen.
And I don't care what anybody say. It
I love
really
somebody.
don't about matter. I know who I am.
That-
I like for me.
I tell you. Say it one more time.
It don't about matter.
Come on.
What they think
That's
or
my
how
word.
they
Yo, you about that?
You ain't heard nothing.
doing it, why she there. It's none of your business.
That's right.
I know where I am in this season. I'm very confident.
Come on.
You know, I had
Yeah.
my business going and I called it Godfident Shenanigans, you know.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, yeah. But I'm very confident through God
Come on.
and who I am. I don't have to prove myself to anyone.
Come on.
I'm good at that. But I just want to say publicly, thank you.
Oh,
You are
Yes.
authentic.
amen.
You are authentic. You
Yeah.
are who you are.
Yeah.
And that's who I wanted to connect to. It's no trickery, no smoke screens, no,
Yeah.
you know, you go up, I go up. It's not this crazy type stuff where you try to act like I'm in the background and it's not that. You
No.
know what I'm saying? And so I am very grateful.
Yeah.
And I am thankful for stuff like that. And I've walked under many people, but the feeling was totally different and out of order.
Yeah.
It really was. And not to throw nothing out there on nobody because I love everybody and I love where I was for that time. But for me, it's just different.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Amen.
Man,
You
okay.
know?
It don't about matter.
Don't about matter. That is my new word.
Yeah,
Declare it in the comments. It don't about matter.
It don't about matter.
I'm about it. Don't about matter. I promise. I'm taking that.
Yeah.
Don't about matter.
It
Don't even about matter.
My Lord.
That's good.
Well, I'm safe.
Safe.
Absolutely.
I'm safe.
Come on.
And I thank God I'm safe.
Glory to
Because
God.
I haven't always been safe. Never
Yeah.
felt safe.
Yeah.
But I'm safe
I'm
That's
safe.
good.
up under you.
Amen.
And my husband and I often, we just talked about it yesterday. He don't mind me being here. He don't have a problem me being here.
Come
He
on.
don't have how long I be here, how many hours.
Uh-huh.
It don't matter to him.
Don't about matter.
Cause
It don't
it
matter.
matter.
It
Don't
don't
matter.
Because he know I'm safe.
That's right. That's right.
Don't
I'm under a man who's walking
Yeah.
Mhm.
and talking Jesus.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. It's your
That's all
safe
I
space.
Yeah.
Safe place. I know that's right.
It is.
Yes,
Since
Lord.
this is where we are now.
Rough.
Ditto to all of them because
Wow.
I'm eternally grateful. How you have showed up for me. Rather, I knew you were there or not. Because sometimes you showed up in places where I didn't know you were there, but I just felt you.
Right.
And one time I told you, I knew when you got in the building.
Yeah.
It's that real.
Mhm.
When you're connected to the real stuff
Mhm.
and you've been around things that's like, okay, this looks real, but it's really not.
Right.
It's easy to identify the real thing. And when you feel anything that's not, you appreciate even more having real people like you in my space in my life. And you've taught me so much. We here now, right?
Mhm.
You taught me so much of, even on the topic of collaboration. We've collabed on so many things. Even us in ministry, all these things was just even being here, being a part of the table, being in the room. I'm so grateful.
Yeah.
Just even, and I'll just say, even like, having something I've created a part of the podcast every week,
Mhm.
played every time.
It's good.
It's,
Yeah, it's good.
but I look at it like, wow,
Yeah.
because someone you could have used anyone.
Mhm.
It's a lot. You're connected to a lot of great people,
Yeah.
right? But you again look at, okay, who's on my team?
There you
Mhm.
go.
Who can do this?
There you go.
You can do this. You're capable. You
Yeah.
got it, and
Yeah.
we're gonna use what you got.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't take that for granted
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful beyond measure. I know this is a safe space, and when people try to compromise that, even when I try to compromise it, God gets me together.
Mhm.
Because sometimes you do things not even realize, okay, well, yeah, you out of order.
Mhm.
Get yourself together
Yeah.
too.
Mhm.
And I've had those moments with God, and
Mhm.
He's reminding me too, I placed you here.
Yeah.
It wasn't people, it wasn't you, it
There
was
you
me.
go. It was me.
So make sure you keep yourself, integral and honorable, all these things, so it don't about
It
matter
don't about matter.
Don't
know,
about matter.
what people are saying, what people are doing,
Yes.
because I know
Yeah.
where I am
Yes.
and why I'm
Yes.
here. It's not even, to come up, in the sense of like people try to come up, or, the next
Right.
big thing,
Mhm.
let me grab on. I'm grabbing on because my life depends on it.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
where I am now. And I'm so
Yeah.
grateful that I'm connected to you, being real and honorable for, not even just to me, but so many people
So
around.
many
Yeah.
people.
Because even I know you know this, but we all look at you like, hey, what's your next move? What you gonna do?
Yeah.
How you gonna handle that? Okay, because I'm looking, okay, well, maybe I should handle it that way too.
Right.
Maybe I can't cuss nobody.
Right.
Maybe I can't fight. Maybe I can't say what I'm thinking, even though it may be justified.
Right.
Even though I may be right. Okay, my leader's handling things this way. You
Yeah.
have the wisdom and all of that.
Yes.
Let me go my leader's
Right.
way. And I don't agree.
Right. Right.
And I don't have to.
You don't-
Yeah.
But learning your leader too, I don't want to be a reproach
There you go.
to the church or my leader
Jesus.
Right.
or my team.
Come on.
Absolutely.
And even that's being a team player. I don't want to
Yeah.
embarrass anyone
Yeah.
because I'm having a moment,
Right.
whatever that moment may be, so I look at all that too. So I'm just so grateful, so everything that you guys were saying, it I identify with it and it resonates it like hits my soul almost, like I can't help but to speak.
Yeah.
That's why every time I get an opportunity, I'm saying something.
Yeah.
I have to.
Yeah.
And most times, even when I text you, I say thanks for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because to go down a list
Yeah.
of things, even almost like talking to God,
Yeah.
like to try to itemize every little thing,
Mhm.
to me, it's like disrespectful in a sense. Like,
Yeah.
how can I thank someone for just being
Right.
real?
Like
Yeah.
if I had
How can I
10,000
thank you for
tokens.
showing up?
I
yeah,
say it
bro,
too.
really.
Thank you for everything.
You know,
Yeah.
I say it too. Yes,
you know,
I do.
So I know this is a God thing
Everything.
that, yeah, like, okay, I'm done. That's I had to take that moment since
We
they-
don't have
when
enough
she went,
time.
you know, right?
No,
Listen,
that's it.
because I'll be here.
I cry. I ain't gonna do all that.
I already
cry.
know, Rick.
He'll cry.
We'll save ours for the dinner table.
Yeah, we'll save it.
Just know he's Paul, I'm Timothy. Amen.
Hey, nigga, I will cry up
I'll
the
be
yang
like,
yang. I got, oh my
another 20
god.
minutes, right?
That's why I'm like, nope, I ain't even doing it.
It's all right. Let's say thank you together.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Thank you so much.
Hallelujah.
You already
you.
know.
We love you so much.
For real. Yeah,
Down
you
up
know.
here.
So thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Get down in my all
Down
down,
up here.
down in there.
That's it.
And this is the Graceful Exchange podcast.
Yeah, this is the
You
Grateful
know?
Exchange. We had a
Grateful
great
Exchange.
conversation.
Yeah.
I think this was amazing.
Yes.
Amazing.
I think so many people are going to be helped and are being helped
Yeah.
Yeah,
through our conversation.
They're
Yeah.
gonna take a
Our
look
conversation.
I have
at their
to.
teams,
At
right?
their team.
Everybody's gonna
Yeah.
take a look
Yeah.
at their circle now.
Uh-huh.
Everybody's gonna make sure they got the right people around them. Make
Mhm.
sure they're the right person,
Exactly, yeah.
right? And build.
Yeah.
Because when we collaborate, we can build.
Maybe they should get on their phone right now. If they not the right people, kick them off right now. Don't even wait.
Pick them out the group chat.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
but you tell them, yeah, you ain't the right one.
You ain't the right one.
Like,
Just yeah,
Contact.
that's it. Wow.
And that's
Sometimes
okay.
You just gotta let people know.
That's okay.
Let them know.
Yeah.
You gotta
That's all right.
Right.
and maybe it
I
may be a
love it.
blessing to you
Yeah, exactly.
because maybe the team isn't
Yeah.
for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
right.
you know, you may be trying to build up, and they trying to build against other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's our team work against this team. Let us, you know,
Mm.
spread
Mm-mm.
discord and all that. So
No.
teams,
Yeah.
they do collaborate and work together.
So it do.
But what is
Some
the
are
end goal?
positive, some are
Yeah.
negative.
So
Yeah.
Yep.
maybe it's a blessing that you're not on the team.
I
Yeah.
call that
Absolutely.
the trauma bonding team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that work negatively.
Yeah.
You know, they join with people who have their same like issues,
Right.
Uh-huh.
right? Their same woes,
Yeah.
the same negative sentiments, right?
Mhm.
And so we got to be very careful of those particular teams because now we end up bullying and setting up gangs against people, right? So got to be very, very careful that we're not building negative teams,
Yeah.
but we're building teams that reflect Christ,
Yes.
right?
Mhm.
Reflect the love of Christ, the peace of Christ. And so I've enjoyed this.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed this.
Yeah.
This was really good. Really,
Yes,
really, really,
yes,
really
yes,
good.
yes.
Try Jesus, not this trap.
There you go. It don't work.
Amen. It won't work.
Throw that out there.
It won't work.
Hallelujah.
But no weapon formed against them
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ever.
Yeah.
shall
Come
prosper.
on.
Yeah.
Every tongue
Every time.
that rises against us in judgment,
That-
Yes.
thou shalt condemn. And so,
We-
That's
Oh,
what
Amen.
happened in the mouth.
Listen, won't he do it?
so we rest on the word of God. It's you know. So
It did.
I missed it. What she said?
The word said he was gonna
Hit
break
him in
their
the
jaw.
jaw.
Now that's true.
The word said
The Bible did say it.
Yeah.
I talked about it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Oh, it break the jaw.
Ooh, yeah.
You should have heard. It was good.
Mm.
Did you hear?
I heard it. That's why I said don't do it. Don't
She
get
said
it.
she taught a Bible class last night. I want y'all to hear it. And she said that I came in late.
Oh, I was
Uh-huh.
like,
It
You
was
should have
good.
heard it. You were prepared for this. It's okay.
It was
So it'll be the last one she teach this year.
Uh-oh.
I knew it. I knew it.
It'll be the last one she teach. Matter of fact, we're gonna sit her down from the podcast for a month. She get beside herself. All right. But thank you all for
Thank
joining.
you.
We've
Thank
had a
you
great
so
time.
much.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining
Yes.
the Graceful Exchange Live podcast. Do me the favor as we are preparing to get off. We want you to like, share, give us a heart, matter of fact, and share this podcast. Then go over to our Facebook page, the Graceful Exchange, and like the Facebook page. But then go and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Do me that favor tonight. All right, we love you. And let me go ahead and give you the secret at the end of this broadcast. This is a pre-recorded broadcast. All right, so we were not ignoring your comments. We just don't see them. All right, so we love you. Thank you. And before we get off, this is May 8th. This is the elect lady's birthday. All right. So the elect lady, this is her birthday. And so we had to pre-record so we would be able to celebrate her birthday. All right. So again, we say happy birthday to Lady J. Lady J. All right. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night. Thank you again to Asia Sade, Dr. Baker, Tony, Pastor Mama Mo, and Pastor Reed. Come on. And we're so grateful for those that are in our live studio audience. All right. Have a great night. Get some rest. Get some rest. Share this so somebody will be able to watch the replay. God bless.
Uniting minds, days for exchange, embracing diversity, days for exchange, honoring God, days for exchange, where wisdom meets harmony in every conversation.